Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursaleen. Amma ba'd. As we have all gathered here for a need and whatever sort of illnesses that we are going through, whether it is mental, physical, spiritual, psychological, the cure lies with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All cures lie with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there is a means, and we have been sent into this world as a test. As the awliya mentioned, that this is a testing world, it is not a resting world. And through these tests, we can either come closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or we can come further away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is the whole sort of notion of these tests. But what is the main purpose? The main purpose are not these tests that we are going through. These are things to actually bring us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But it's the actual how we sort of live our lives in this world, and if we can be successful in this world, and what happens in the next worlds to come. So here now, Ustadh Jabir will be giving a bayan about the journey of man, because all these tests and afflictions and problems and any sort of darknesses that we have within us are come through sins. They come through sins, and they have also come through tests from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if we know how to stop shayateen entering, or if we know how to actually enlighten our bodily organs, the first stage of your purification, which is the 7 organs, and if we know the purpose of life, then what will happen is that it will give us a bigger purpose, and then we can direct all of this back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And through that, a cure inshallah will come. Also, for those people who have actually come here, there's gonna inshallah be one-to-ones, but obviously with the large amount of crowd, they might not be able to and they might not be able to see everyone individually. However, what is actually given in the cure itself, the presentation that the Ustadhs will actually deliver, the cure will be in there. There's elements of 5 different there's 5 different macro categories that are actually gonna help us to get cured, and through that inshallah there'll be a cure. Likewise, for those people who do get to see the Ustadhs, we have a maximum of 5 to 10 minutes, because we want everyone to have an opportunity to be seen in their own regards. And as you can see, we have many sort of people in this room here, and we also have women who are accompanied by the mahrams in the other room. So to be fair to everyone, we've actually done a 5 to 10 minutes rule, so everyone gets to see. And those people who don't get to see, for example, they might have come for the 3rd, 4th time, and they just want to update and everything, is that we can actually go ahead and do that. And the actual cure itself will be given through the presentations that the Ustadhs will deliver. So the main purpose here is inshallah to be cured, or be on the road to get cured through the awliya, mashayikh and the Prophet ﷺ, using the prophetic methodology. And again, likewise what we said before, there's one way in what we do, and our ways and our tariqah, but there's one way that the Prophet ﷺ done. The Prophet ﷺ's way and the Prophet ﷺ's tariqah, and the path. So inshallah, if I could just actually get you to actually think about that. Whatever test that you're going through, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching us, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is hearing us at any point in our life. Even right now, the deepest thoughts that even we don't know what we're thinking, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already sort of planned out the journey ahead. And through these tests, through these through these milestones that we face, this inshallah can either bring us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if we know the way, if we know the prophetic methodology, if we know the way of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or it can take us a little bit further away. So the main sort of reason why we are actually here again is to actually go down that procedure, and likewise these are only sort of temporary things. As people who are here are a little bit more experienced in life, as we are children and we might have one or two illnesses, maybe a cold or something, then we grow up in our 20s and 30s, we might have something else, and that will go, and as they come, they go as well. So we should always adopt hope and be optimistic, whatever problems it is, because if we focus on ourselves, if I focus on myself and I rely on myself, then everything is hard, everything is impossible, and everything is clouded. However, if I rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if I rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His infinite power and mercy, then everything is easy. As the awliya and mashayikh say, that everything is hard except what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes easy. Free healing and ruqyah session. And as we know, there's various other institutions and various other places where people, these honourable Ustadhs who have come to actually deliver this message of hope and be a means to help people. They have done that for no cost. They're not getting paid for a single thing. In hindsight, even if you was to give them or offer them money, they'll actually be more sort of displeased with you and angry, because they're doing this for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as what was taught by the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and the Mashayikh and awliya throughout the generations. So now, what it is that just truly think about your problems now for a few minutes. Whatever problem it is that you know and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows, you don't have to say in this majlis. Inshallah, in your one-to-ones you can speak to the Ustadh. But truly think about your problems and then think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That how merciful is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even the ants and the worms within the soil, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala feeds them and looks after their needs. Even the birds, when they go out with an empty stomach and they come back in with a full stomach, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looks after their needs. And as is mentioned, as is mentioned in the books, that the human is the ashraf al-makhluq, that they are the highest of creation. So do we think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala won't look after our needs? Do we think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to take care of us? No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of us, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will also take care of our needs. But what we need is the reliance, and we need to what we need is the reliance, and also what we need is to refresh our purpose of life. Is that why are we here? Where have we come from? Why are we here, and why are we being tested in this world, this short world of tests, and where are we going? And when we truly understand this, when we truly come to know this, then what will happen is that our tests, no matter how big they are, then we'll have the ego mentality. And what is the ego mentality? The ego mentality is that however big the mountain is, when the eagle soars over the mountain, it seems like a small rock. It seems like a small little pebble, that we fly over the biggest of mountains. However, what we don't want is the ant mentality, that a small little rock or pebble is the biggest problem for us. And here is that now inshallah it will be actually taught the journey of man. So where have we come from? Why are we in this world and in this world of tests, and where are we going? And I'd like to sort of give it over to Ustadh Jabir, who will be going through that inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
If we can all begin by reciting the Durood Sharif, prayers and salutations upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم صدق الله العظيم. First of all, we would like to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the Lord of the heavens and the earth, for granting us this unique opportunity, firstly to understand and get to know what the purpose of our life is, and then to know Him, and then to, inshallah azawajal, meet Him in the eternal abode of paradise known as the Jannah. And the highest aspect of this Jannah is to witness the Lord of the heavens and the earth with our naked eyes. So we would like to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we would also like to thank the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is the means of mercy, who is the means of the mercy of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is the means to get to know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and who is the most perfect creation. And we also would like to thank the Mashaykh, namely Sheikh Ahmed Dabbagh, who has introduced to us the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, introduced to us Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and introduced to us what our purpose of our life is. So this is a majlis of healing. This is a majlis where, inshallah azawajal, through the mercy and the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we hopefully would like to want to rid ourselves of ailments, whether they be physical, whether they be spiritual, or whether they be mental. First of all, we need to understand and really get to know who is the real being who rids us of our diseases. Who is this being? Is it a person? Is it some medicine? No, it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who grants the permission to the medicine. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who inspires His servant with the advice. So if we go to a doctor, the doctor is not the cure of the illness. The doctor is not the one who grants the shifa or grants the cure. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspires His servant as to the cure of the illness. So if we know it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to inshallah azawajal, through His mercy and through His permission only, going to rid us of these illnesses and ailments, how do we connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? By following the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, by following the way of the awliya Allah, who are the representatives of sunnah. But before we can do this, we need to know where we are. We are in this earth, but where have we come from? What are we doing on this earth? What are we doing on this place that we call home? And where are we going? Are we staying here forever? Are we going to live, eat, sleep and die? Is that it? Do we go to a next station? Inshallah azawajal, in this presentation, we will focus on answering 3 questions. Where have we come from? What are we doing here? And what is our next abode? Where are we going after this? And then inshallah azawajal, what this will do, I would like to give one small analogy just to conceptualize the importance of knowing where we are. So if we say if we travel to, let's say, for example, the streets of Nelson, and we see young lads driving about aimlessly, and what these people, what we say about these people is these people are hooligans. These people sort of have no standing in the modern day society. They're driving around from here to there, just doing nothing, just idly driving around. But if we have a guest coming from, let's say, for example, London or from a different country, even Islamically speaking, this person is treated with great respect. He has the title of a musafir. We know from the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that the prayer of the one who is traveling is accepted. So one party who travels from far is held in such high esteem. People respect these people. People just wondrously, aimlessly driving around. So, and these people are known as the outcast of the society. Have we ever thought about this? Why is this? The reason this is aimlessly from here to there, here to there, here to there. So one have a purpose in mind and the others don't. The people with the purpose are held with high respect, and the people who are not are held with high respect. So this is just driving. What about us? Do we have a purpose in life? Do we know where we are going in this journey of family going to sleep? If we do not have a purpose or a mission, or if we do not know why we are here, then should we be held in high respect? We all want honor, right? Should we be honored in the sight of the Prophet ﷺ, in the sight of the Mashayikh, in the sight of our Creator? So in this presentation, we will answer 3 questions. Where have we come from? What are we doing here? And where are we going? So if we all look towards the screen, this, you could say, is our master map. Within this image lies the answer to the 3 questions. Where have we come from? So, firstly, this is our whole story. Firstly, there was a period of non-existence for the creation. This is where only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was in existence with His Zat and His qualities. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala willed to create the creation out of His love. Out of His love for Himself, He willed to create the creation. So this is the first aspect of this journey. The first aspect of our journey is that we were not in existence, and only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was in existence. And out of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's love for Himself, He created the creation. Now we move on to the next station. We move on to the next station of existence, which is the world of spirits. And within this world of spirits, there were 4. There were 1, 2, 3, and 4 major incidents that affect us in this life. The question is, do we know them? We have all come here today to inshallah to cure our ailments, whether they be physical, mental, or spiritual. We have all come here by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to His house, to ask Him for a cure. But what are the ailments of this world? What are the illnesses of this world? What are the mushkilats of this world compared to the hereafter? Now, maybe some of us here are going through this on a physical level or spiritual or mental level, that we are going through illnesses and we are feeling down, we are feeling maybe depressed, maybe things are happening that are not in our control. But we know with death, these things are going to go. If we die in the right state, these things are going to go, right? We all know this. But if we die not following the way of the Prophet ﷺ, the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordained us to live, then really these illnesses are going to be magnified. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from this, inshallah. Really these things are going to be magnified to an extent in which we are not going to be able to bear it, but we are going to have to bear it. Imagine it is not going to be for 10 years, 20 years, 1,000 years even. Not even 100,000 years or 1,000,000 or whatever number you want to put to it. It's not going to be for this. There was a reason why the Prophet ﷺ made that journey to Taif. There was a reason that myself and yourself reached this message. Imagine the blessed blood of the Prophet ﷺ was being poured. For who? For myself and yourself. So we do not see this punishment. Selfless love. The Mashaykh, every day they travel. Of the past and present, they are ill. Why do they do this? To give people this message. That it is not going to be, how we say, it's not going to be a pretty image. Fair enough, we might be going through mushkilats and difficulties now, but with death, these things are going to go. If we adopt the right reaction, these things are going to go. So coming back to the presentation, the world of spirits, there are 4 major incidents that happened that really should act as a wake-up call for myself firstly, and maybe yourselves. The first one was, it is mentioned in the Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, truly we did offer an amana, a trust, to the heavens and the earth and the mountains, but they declined to bear it and were afraid of it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in the Quran that we offered a trust, a promise to the heavens and the earth and the mountains. So basically to the scholars have said to the whole of creation, this imana, this trust was given, this trust was offered. But man bore it, i.e. man was the only one who accepted, man and the mankind and the jinn kind accepted this trust. Verily he was unjust to himself and ignorant. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala offered this trust of free will to the whole of creation. But only the mankind and the jinn kind accepted this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says about this, that the scholars have mentioned, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala offered this trust to the whole of creation. So this free will was not forced upon anyone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala offered this and said, if you abide by this, I will give you such pleasure. I will give you such pleasure that no eye has ever seen, no ear has ever heard, and no senses could ever feel. What other pleasure could there be than spending eternity with the friends of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and even witnessing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if you use this iman or this trust, and you do not trust or you are not responsible with this, then I will give you such punishment that no eye has ever seen, no ear has ever heard, or no senses could ever feel. We are all on Facebook, right? When we see these posts, maybe in a war-torn country. This is just on the phone, on the mobile phone. If we see this, it brings a distress to the heart. Imagine not only witnessing this, but these things happening to ourselves, and to such point that we cannot die. There's no death. Even death will die in this world. There will be no more death in the hereafter. There will be no more death in the hereafter. We will have to live for eternity, either in peace or in sorrow. So the second major thing that happened in this world of spirits is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addressed the mankind and the jinn kind. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Alastu bi rabbikum, am I not your Lord? Am I not your Lord? To which every spirit amongst mankind replied, Qalu bala shahidna. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are our Lord. You are our Lord. And the scholars have mentioned in the tafsir of this verse that this is when we accepted the imanat of free will. So we have free will to do whatever we want in this life. So we accepted this imanat. Now we are here to be tested by this imanat. So let's say, for example, if we make a promise to our mother that we are going to serve her, the only way we can find out if this is a true promise is if we are tested by this. So whenever our mother needs us, we are there for her. This is testimony to this promise that we said. So now we made a promise with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now we are here in this world to live up to this promise. The third thing, so the first thing was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala offered this iman and this trust to the whole of the creation. They all declined it apart from the mankind and the jinn kind. The second is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses the mankind and the jinn kind by saying, Alastu bi rabbikum, am I not your Lord? And we all addressed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we all replied to this. Qalu bala shahidna. This was the second thing. The third instance that happened was the Muhammadan covenant in the assembly of the prophets. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took a covenant with the prophets that they recognize the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They recognize the shan and the beauty of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They recognize the message of the Prophet alaihi salatu wasallam. But again, the Mashaykh have taught us that these prophets are perfect beings. They are sinless. This in reality was not for them, it was for the ummati of the Prophet ﷺ, that we recognize the Prophet ﷺ, that we recognize the beauty of the Sunnah, we recognize that his way of living is better than any other way of living. The blessed dress of the Prophet ﷺ, the blessed Dari Mubarak of the Prophet ﷺ, and moreover the blessed character of the Prophet ﷺ. When this society says that we should ignore someone because they are not outwardly, maybe they might not be outwardly at our status, the Muhammadan character says that we join ties and we give salam to strangers, no matter who they may be. So this was the third aspect, was the Muhammadan covenant, and this was in reality for the ummati of the Prophet ﷺ. The fourth is the covenant of obedience. Was the covenant of obedience that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, did I not enjoin upon you, O children of Adam, that you do not worship Satan? Indeed, he is your clear enemy. So the fourth covenant was the covenant of obedience, that we are obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we are disobedient to the shaitan. This is the fourth thing that happened in this world of spirits. that we took a covenant not to follow shaitan. What is following shaitan? It's doing sin. Major, minor, whatever it may be, whether it's backbiting, whatever it may be. So this were 4 things that happened in the world of spirits. So that's why we are here now. We are here to exemplify this. So because we are running short of time, I will hurry up now. So we are here, and these are all the things, but we are here to live up to this promise. And we all know if we abide by this, we go to the heaven. If we don't, we simply suffer for this. So now how do we achieve this? The scholars have mentioned 4 easy ways, and these are the preconditions. Firstly, we must correct our belief, our aqidah. Because if we do not have the right belief, then no matter how good our actions are, we will not be successful. The second is the wing of fiqh. We must learn the do's and don'ts. We cannot worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in ignorance. The third is the wheel of tawbah, i.e. to keep repenting, because we are son of Adam, meaning that we are going to sin, so we have to adopt this tawbah. The third is the wheel of mujahidah. So now, as you may be aware, we are made up of 5 entities, and the first entity that we are made up of is the body. So we must purify this body, because this body is also an imanat. So there are 7 organs in which we sin with. The first is the tongue, the eyes, the ears, the hands, the feet, and the private parts, and also the stomach. It's very simple now. With these 7 organs, we can either sin with them or we can do good with them. These are just the states of the heart. Right, now, we can either sin with them or do good with them. What we've practiced on this course is firstly to abstain from the sins. So there are 17 sins associated with, there are 15 sins, associated with the body. I'll get the diagram up. So yes, so we can either do good with these or we can do bad with these organs. And there is a tick sheet and these are all the sins associated with the organs. So it's very simple. If we are on the sheet of the tongue, we abstain from these sins. And if we abstain, we put a tick, like so. And if we do not abstain, we put an X. It's very simple. And month by month, we begin to purify the heart from the sins of the body. So because we are running short, alhamdulillah, this is the presentation, but really, we need to think about this, that we are here in this life. If we are going through any suffering in this life, what about the next life? There is a method, inshallah, after the healing we can sit down in a small halaqah and I can furtherly explain. So I will conclude the presentation here, and inshallah, Brother Umar will now give the itinerary of what's happening after this. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.
The purpose of life and why we are tested in this world. Now will be the majlis that will conclude will be the actual purpose of why we're here. So the purpose of why we're here is to find out the methodology of healing and to actually do a practical collective session here. And then also what will happen is at the end of this we'll be given a prescription. And in this prescription, even if you just take this away with the healing leaflets that will be provided, inshallah, the cure will be in there. And the Ustadhs will actually go and speak about that. And then also, there'll be a collective session. And then, like I reiterated before, we do want to see everyone. And we want everyone to obviously benefit and be cured. But obviously due to time and space, we can't see everyone all at once. So we want to get everyone seen in their own field, inshallah. So if I could just request Ustadh Shafiq to come to the front, and also I'll go call Ustadh Shah Alom. So just now, refresh your mind, refresh your intention that we're only here for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me, watching me and hearing me. And truly be in a receptive mind. Any sort of preconceived ideas that you do have, or any preconceived thoughts, or any amals that you've been given before, leave them at the door. Throw anything that you've thought about ruqyah or healing before, leave that at the door, or leave that wherever it is. Because now you want to become an empty cup, an empty vessel. So when you are here and you learn the methodology and you inshallah then apply the methodology, what will happen is that you'll go ahead and actually get this cure and the actual process a lot faster, inshallah. So if we could all just request you all to sort of refresh that intention, that we're only here for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's only you that can fulfill my needs. And also that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching me, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is hearing me. And with this mind, I would just like to call forward Ustadh Dr. Shah Alom and Ustadh Gulfam Hussain to the front, please. Dr. Shah Alom and Ustadh Gulfam, they have been doing this tirelessly up and down the country, sacrificing their time, energy and other resources so that people can benefit by and large. And they have directly been taught and indirectly been taught by our honourable teacher Sheikh Ahmed Dabag, but they have tirelessly been up and down the country, whether that's here in London, whether that's around Manchester, in Nelson. There's a few more coming up in Birmingham and in other places, inshallah. And we would like to thank them for their time and effort, and all the other ustads and the admin team as well, inshallah. If you could all just come a bit more forward, please, and just fill in the gaps. And ideally, if you can just have a semicircle, if you can just, the first row, have a bit of a semicircle around here, please. And if you can all just come forward again, to all the leaners at the back, and if you could just come a bit more forward here, please. And ideally, we want to be seeing this presentation here. The Ustadhs, they're here, they're going to be speaking. But ideally, if we can just have a nice straight line, if we can just have a straight line so we can see this presentation, because all that's going to be spoken about is going to be on this presentation, inshallah. So, excuse me, Uncle, if you can just straighten up so we can just see the actual presentation. And if you just want to move a bit more that way, please, so everyone can just see the presentation. Jazakallah khair.
Bismillah. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala Afaq. He teaches here. From young age, this has been taught to us. But unfortunately, as we are growing up and we are in adult age and in a mature age, that teaching that we've received is not really manifested in any depth. And this is obvious at a practical level. Yes, we still believe in it. We have to believe, alhamdulillah, no doubt. But it is not translated and transferred into in form of any actions. How do I mean by that? This is very obvious is when we actually go to any difficulties, a problem that faces us, a musibah that comes to us, illnesses, what do we do? And who do we turn to? That is the strongest indicator that telling us that where do we lie our trust. So for example, if you have any, I don't know, let's say immigration issue, first we think about, oh, let's find an expert, let's find a lawyer, Wakil Saab, who actually, solve my problem, which is fine. We do not disagree, we do not discourage you from going to those places. But here's the thing I'm talking about today, which is missing sometimes in our life. We have illness. Yes, we go to doctor, we go to hospital, it's fine. But sometimes then we also go to other people. Maybe they're not even expert in this heal, but we hear from hearsay because someone else have told us. We go and we even spend hundreds and thousands of pounds as well. Some kind of faith healer or some kind of, magic healers. And this concept we can apply everywhere. We need a job, we need a house, everything we go for. And sometimes we even go to the righteous people, the awliya, the friends of Allah. And the friends of Allah and awliya, what do they have? They have something special that will help you to connect you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make your akhirah better. And sometimes your dunya as well. And yet we go to them purely just as for dunya. Please give me taweez. My children is not listening to me. I've got this illness. My business is not working well. I think I've got jinnat, a jaddu issue. Please give me a taweez. We don't benefit from them from what they were asked to offer. So from these examples, we know, we can see where our action part and the belief is not translating into our lives. First and foremost, we should be going back and making a stronger link to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through the musibah and the difficulties. Because we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the being who have created us, who has facilitated for us, who is provided. He's our Lord, He's our Rabb as well. Rabb in English translation, they say He's our cherisher, which again, we don't really understand what that means at a practical level. Rabb, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord, is such a comprehensive understanding. Meaning is that He's not only created us and left us to ourselves just to fend for ourselves, He's providing for us and He's looking after us, if I word a simple term, looking after us in every of our lives. Even a smaller unit they can think of, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving life and reviving us and providing us, looking after us, cherishing us. The problem, inshallah, I'll mention. I'd like to our dear Honorable Haji, Ustadh Gulfam, to say some few words in Urdu as well, so that the people who do not understand, or it's not their first language English, then for them to make it easy to understand as well, inshallah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursaleen. Wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah. Firstly, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that really it's His fazl and His blessing that He's allowed us to come to His house. Allah ke ghar mein hum aaye. Allah ka shukr ada karte hain कि कह लो कि हमें एक परेशानी आई थी, लेकिन ये परेशानी के ज़रिए हम अल्लाह के घर में आ गए. ये एक बड़ी नेमत है कि हम अल्लाह के घर में बैठे हैं, अल्लाह को याद कर रहे हैं. स्क्रीन पे देख रहे हैं, ये अल्लाह का एक नाम है या शाफ़ी. तो जैसे हम कभी कभी जाते हैं डॉक्टरों के पास, बंदा बीमार होता है, अच्छी बात है, ये भी एक असबाब होते हैं जो बंदा दवाई लेता है जो भी. और कभी कभी क्या होता है, बंदा जो है ना लोगों के पास जाता है कि پاس فرض کرو کوئی روحانی بیماری ہے، اور اکثر لوگ یہ جو ہے نا وہ جاتے ہیں لوگوں کے پاس یہ بیماری دور کرنے کے لیے، لیکن یہ جو لوگ جن کے پاس وہ جاتے ہیں، ایک تو ان کے پاس اصل ان کا علاج نہیں ہوتا، کہ ان کا مقصد اور ہوتا ہے. یعنی کسی کے پاس آپ اس مقصد کے لیے جا رہے ہیں اور آپ سے وہ پیسہ مانگتا ہے جی، تو اس نے آپ کو کیا دینا ہے؟ وہ تو اپنا وہ دیکھ رہا ہے کہ مجھے کیا ملنے والا ہے. تو اکثر لوگ جو ہے نا وہ جاتے ہیں پریشانی لے کے، یہ روحانی بیماری، مجھے جنات کا مسئلہ ہے جو بھی جی، اور وہاں ان کے پاس جاتے ہیں، ان کو پیسے دیتے، اور الٹا پھر کیا ہوتا ہے، وہ پریشانی بڑھ جاتی ہے، کیونکہ ابھی یہ پیسوں کی پریشانی بھی آ گئی ہے. کئی ہوتے ہیں کہ ہر مہینے مجھے اتنا آپ یعنی پیسہ دے جی. تو کئی لوگ ہوتے ہیں پہ جو اصل وہ چاہتے ہیں کوئی، اور پتہ ان کو چلتا ہے کہ اللہ کا نیک بندہ ہے، اور ان کے پاس جاتے ہیں جی، لیکن ان کے پاس جاتے ہیں وہ بھی غلط مقصد کے لیے. کیونکہ اللہ کے ولی جو ہے ہوتے ہیں وہ صرف بتاتے ہیں لوگوں کو کس طریقے سے آپ اللہ کے ساتھ اپنا جو تعلق ہے وہ مضبوط کر سکتے ہیں. اگر وہ ٹوٹا ہے وہ جوڑتے ہیں، اگر وہ کمزور ہے اس کو مضبوط کرتے ہیں. لیکن ہم کیا کرتے ہیں، ہم ان کے پاس دنیا لے کے جاتے ہیں کہ یا شیخ صاحب مجھے یہ جاب کا مسئلہ ہے، بیوی کا مسئلہ ہے، جو بھی ہے جی، دنیا لے کے جاتے ہیں. لیکن ہمارا مقصد کیا ہونا چاہیے جب اللہ کے نیک بندے کے پاس جاتے ہیں ہم، کہ یہ پوچھنا چاہیے کہ کیسے میں اپنا رشتہ جو ہے اللہ کے ساتھ ٹھیک کر سکتا ہوں. کیونکہ دیکھیں کہ ابھی جو ہے یہ جو 24 گھنٹے گزرے ہیں، یہ 2.5 لاکھ بندہ فوت ہوا ہے جی، اور وہ بھی میرے اور آپ جیسے تھے. آخری سوچ ان کی تھی کہ میں نے دنیا سے جانا ہے جی، لیکن وہ چلے گئے، ان کا ٹائم ختم ہو گیا. کہیں اچھے کام کر رہے تھے، کہیں برے کام کر رہے تھے. یہ جو 24 گھنٹے آنے والے ہیں اس میں بھی 2.5 لاکھ بندہ فوت ہونے والا ہے. اس میں میرا نام بھی ہو سکتا ہے، آپ کا نام بھی ہو سکتا ہے. لیکن ہم کیا ہے، ہم یہ اپنی چھوٹی یہ جو پرابلمز ہیں ان میں گم ہوئے ہیں جی. اگر فرض کرو مجھے آج موت آ جاتی تو میں کس طریقے سے اللہ کی بارگاہ میں حاضر ہوتا، یہ پیش ہوتا. لیکن ہم کیا ہے، یہ پریشانی ہوگی، یہ بیماری ہوگی، یہ ہوگی، ٹھیک ہے یہ ہوتی، یہ آزمائش کی طرف سے کبھی کبھی آتا ہے اللہ کی طرف سے. لیکن مین جو ہے نا بندہ سوچے کہ اگر مجھے موت آ گئی جی، کس طریقے سے میں نے اللہ کی بارگاہ میں پیش ہونا ہے جی. تو ہم انشاءاللہ ادھر بیٹھے ہیں، کوشش کریں، کیونکہ نہ ہم آپ سے ایک پیسہ مانگ رہے ہیں جی، ایک پینی بھی آپ سے نہیں مانگیں گے. الٹا کہ آپ اگر آپ نے کچھ پیش بھی کیا ہم آپ سے ناراض ہو جائیں گے. کیونکہ ہم کوشش کریں کہ ہم بھی ایک ذریعہ بن جائے کہ اللہ تعالیٰ شاید ہم سے راضی ہو جائے اگر ہم کسی کی مدد کر سکیں انشاءاللہ. تو ہم کوشش کریں گے آپ کو بتانے کے لیے کہ یہ جو اگر آپ غور سے سنیں گے اور اس پہ عمل کریں گے جو آپ کی بیماری ہے، کیونکہ مین جو ہے نا ذہن میں بٹھانا کہ اللہ کی ذات جو ہے نا وہ شافی ہے. اگر شفا ملنا ہے ہمیں، اللہ نے دینا ہے ہمیں شفا جی. تو یہ آپ بعد میں بٹھائیں، یہ سب ذریعہ بنے گا. جیسے بندہ دعائی لیتا ہے، یہ دعا کا ذریعہ ہے، لیکن پورا یقین ہمارا یہ اللہ پہ ہے کہ اللہ تو ہی شافی انشاءاللہ.
So mashallah, as we heard in Urdu as well, the importance of turning back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, as we mentioned, there's a problem that whenever, or even if we do turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are not turning in a right manner. Because we all the time making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're making dua for our own selves and for others as well. But it becomes ritualistic, just raising our hand. And many times we actually don't do dua. We go to our local place, ask the imams or the scholar, please make dua for me. Which is good, inshallah, you should ask the pious and the righteous and the imams to make dua, which is fine. But also then, we should do our part as well when we're making dua. And in there, because we do not know, or we think, oh, the dua is not being accepted and so on and so forth, we actually shy away or we don't turn to him. So especially in this session today, as well as, inshallah, sharing that how do we connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we'll be using that means and how to make dua to do the inshallah healing and focus on specifically the problems of the illnesses that we are all facing. Now everything in life that we do, especially when it comes to ibadah, there is always two, at least, there might be more, but at least two aspects to everything. Even, for example, in the worldly sense, for example, like you have two persons, they used to be good friends, and for whatever reason they've fallen out. And now the one person is given an invitation, let's say for a wedding, and said, please come. And he has come. But then the person who's invited, he said, well, he came, but I can feel is that he just came just for a formality. There's no love, there's no connection that I used to have. He just come to fulfill the formalities of it. Although physically he might be present in your wedding hall, for example. Then what to say about, for example, like, sometimes we're only doing the formalities, the ritualistic aspect, making dua, but not having the real essence of it. Likewise, any ibadah we do, any wish we do, the essence of that is, or the real origin, the maghaz, the main part of that is, the spirit of that is the dua. Dua is the summary culmination of all the ibadah we do, for example. Now, unfortunately, like I was saying, the problem is sometimes there is actually a spirit, an essence of the dua itself. So if the dua itself, if you think of it as like a body, as a shell, then there's a spirit inside that. And maybe we are missing that. And because of that is being missed again and again, we do not find the pleasure, we do not find the want to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And therefore we don't turn to Him, we turn to someone else instead. So yeah, the essence will be shown here. And how to do the healing, inshallah, we'll be doing it collectively. So after this presentation, which I'll explain, we'll be also practicing it. And then every one of us here, you follow your own problem or issue that you might face. So how do you do this? It's very simple and very easy. Just follow to the presentation. Number one, this spirit, this essence of dua is something to do with connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's something to do with having our heart, our mind engaged to Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. And how do you do this? So here we're mentioning, I believe you have been requested and you have already offered those who can through the Salatul Haja, the prayer of need to connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is good, mashallah. Then again, the one way we connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you can practice this in your own time, try it out. Do it yourself. This is something that we can do, every one of us can do. And how do we connect to Him? How do we become in His presence, in His huzuri of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? It's very, very simply. Think and ponder that Allah is with me. Very simple. Think and ponder that Allah is seeing me. Think that Allah is hearing me. He listens to us. The manner that suits His Majesty. That's the beginning point. Then inshallah we'll go through and show you what kind of thinking process you should have when you are connecting to Him, when you're making dua and when we're doing the healing as well, inshallah.
इंशाल्लाह आज हम कोशिश करेंगे कि मसलन हर बंदा दुआ करता है जी, लेकिन मेरे जैसे लोग हम दुआ कर रहे हैं, ज़बान हिल रही होती है, लेकिन सोचे जो है ना इधर उधर घूम रही होती है. तो हमने इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करनी है कि सीखना कि किस तरीके से बंदा अपना राब्ता जो है ना अल्लाह के साथ मजबूत कर सकता है. क्योंकि जब बंदा इबादत करता है ना जी, तो इबादत का मग़ज़ जो है ना जिसको कहते हैं वो दुआ होती है. लेकिन जैसे मैंने कहा कि दुआ भी हमारी ऐसी होती कभी, क्योंकि हमारा राब्ता अल्लाह के साथ नहीं होता. लेकिन जो बंदा अभी जो हम सीखेंगे ये दुआ का मग़ज़ है जी, जिसको कहते हैं मुराक़बा या अल्लाह के साथ राब्ता कायम करना जी. तो हम इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे इस तरीके से आपको समझाने के लिए. लेकिन पहले जो होता है, जैसे आपने अक्सर लोग तो पहले इधर थे ज़ोहर के टाइम पे, पहले जो है ना 2 रकात सलातुल हाजत की नमाज़ अदा करनी है, और ये भी आपने मामूल बनाना है जब आप घर जाएंगे हर रोज़ के लिए. लेकिन अक्सर लोगों ने ये नवाफिल जो अदा कर लिए हैं इंशाल्लाह. तो अभी जो है ना थोड़ा आपको समझाएंगे कि वो तरीका कैसा है इंशाल्लाह.
So as I mentioned before, how do we establish this muraqabah, this deep thinking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? That's our starting point, is thinking Allah is with me, Allah is seeing me, Allah is hearing me. And this is a beautiful name of Allah. Then inshallah what we do is, we then begin with the name of Allah, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We'll be doing it together, so you don't have to worry, I don't remember, or I don't remember the process by which we do this. That's not to worry, inshallah. Then after that, we do istighfar 3 times. Astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayk, astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayk, astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayk. Then after that, Durood Sharif. For example, here is mentioned the salawat and the prayer and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Durood Ibrahimi, or any other Durood you know, which is fine, 3 times. And then we recite the La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah 3 times, showing our helplessness, our neediness, and our powerlessness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. After that, we then, like we're in a hall in the masjid here, we imagine the beautiful name of Allah is shining above the masjid here. Very big, overwhelming name of Allah. Then from the name of Allah, light is shining everywhere and is descending and is covering whole of the masjid. We are here in the masjid, sat down, and it's covering whole of the masjid. Then from the name of Allah, we then ponder ourselves individually, myself. This light is descending everywhere and also entering through my head. It is penetrating, going through my head as well. And Allah's name has been engraved in my mind as we're thinking of Him, chanting of His name. And the light is then flowing and going through my heart and covering all of my chest. And it's continuously flowing like a waterfall and spreading all over our body. And we imagine like our heart is chanting with the name Allah, Allah, Allah. Because that's the most closest one of names, and it's a sifati name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a zati name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as we were doing so, we then realized that we know from the Quran and the Hadith that the heavens and the earth and everything, animate or even inanimate objects, and the creation of Allah remembers Him. The manner, the way, suits His Majesty. Even the planets, the sun and the moon remembers Allah, and the galaxy. So everything in unison, like this masjid here, the people here, the whole city, town, country, and the whole universe, the galaxies and the stars, everything is remembering Him with Allah, Allah, and we are connected to that universal remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then, inshallah, with the presence of Allah, Allah is with me, seeing me, hearing me. We see the light is flowing, as I mentioned, and chanting with the name of Allah. We then think about our own lives and what have we been doing. Allah has been so merciful and extremely kind to us. He gave us life out of nothing. We did not have to do any effort, any work. And yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with life and existence. Think about it. What have we done to have this existence and life? If He were, decided to create us in His knowledge, He could have created of any other creation, any other object of creation. Who would have questioned Him? Think about it. Something that is dirty, that is filth, something in the toilet, for example, or any other matter. It's also a matter, it's also similar elements that which we are created of. Carbon and hydrogen and so on. And yet, He's not created as like a tree or a leaves in the tree, or it's like some kind of filth. No one would have questioned Him that, oh Allah, why am I this and not that? And yet, what are we? Human beings. We are ashraful makhlukat, the best of creation as well. It is a hadith by Imam Asakir and so on mentioned, like our Sheikh Hadasam mentioned the other day, that he said that a group of angels once, very innocently, mentioned that, oh Allah, that the human being, they enjoy life. They sleep, they wake, they eat, they have conjugal marital relationship and so on. We are free. We do not do any of this aspect. So, we think that you bless them with the dunya, they enjoy their life. And because we are free, constantly worshipping you, you bless us with akhirah, that we live for akhirah forever and enjoy that part. And the response they received, that you came to be, you became manifested and created by me saying kun, be, and you became. Whereas the human being, the insan, they came from me, i.e. the spirit, the ruh is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Meaning that not part of Allah, it is a khas creation of Allah, a special creation of Allah that's come from Him. He breathed and we become alive. The spirit came through it. So it's a very special connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This spirit, He created out of His own hand, kudrati hand, which we do not know what the hand means. So there's a difference. So what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is trying to send to the angels, they're also a very honored creation of mine, but the human being has a special connection to me, special likeness and beloved to me as well. So this is you and I. And look what we're doing in this life. How we are violating, how we are actually going against Him, rebelling against Him and going away. So much guna and sins we have been doing. So in this inshallah session, what we do is, initially from 3 to 7, we think about the major sins in our life. And one by one, ask for forgiveness. Then after that, inshallah, like I mentioned, the blessings, we think about, 3 to at least 7 major blessings, which we consider ourselves as a major. Like I mentioned, our existence and creation and our life is a blessing, but sometimes we do not ponder. But at least here, we can think of that as one. And say, Allah, I thank you for this. I show my shukr to you, Allah. I never said that. I'm always complaining. I have this issue, that issue, this is not happening, that's not happening. I get a puncture in my tire. Oh Allah, why is it happening to me? It's as though that the whole world caved in. Why is a puncture? I was going to go for an interview or a meeting, or I'm going to see my friends, go for a meal, and look at that, plan is ruined now. My tire, I've got puncture. That's how narrow-minded we become sometimes. And yet He's providing everything. So we think about the blessing and we thank Him for this. Then after that, we ask for our need. Like I mentioned, need is most important. We ask Allah, though Allah, no one can, in reality, bless me, give me a solution, alleviate me from this problem that I'm facing. For example, this illness. And how do you do this? There's a specific way how we do this. And here we're mentioning. So for example, you have illness, according to the prophetic way and the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Once one companion came and he complained about the illness. And he taught him a dua and this thinking process and told him, just whatever illness you have, just place your hand there and practice it. And you see the illness will go away. But the Sahabas, the companions, they were so convinced. They were so convinced in the saying and the call of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam that it is 100% is going to happen. They completely had the yaqeen. There's no doubt. Will it happen? Will it not happen? Will this will happen? Will it go either way? No. They were convinced. They would think that my life would go, I would die, but this is truth and haqq. And that's why things is to manifest. This companion specifically said that he then started to go away and start practicing that. Every time he had a pain, knee pain, shoulder pain, whatever pain, because there's so many places I did, put in my hand and doing it again and again, I can see the results coming through, subhanAllah. He was saying to the effect. So here, inshallah, we'll be practicing that, but sometimes we have a multiple illness, for example, not just one, many, internal, external, mental, psychological, we mentioned all that. So as a symbolically, we can place our hand in the chest as shown in the diagram. Okay? And then again, we think about as before, Allah's name is shining, because we are ordered also in the Quran to remember Him through His names. Asma'ul Husna, beautiful names of Allah. We remember Him through His names, because we cannot see Allah, we do not know the nature of who Allah is. So one way to connect to Him, to go close to Him, is through the names of Allah as well. And one of the greatest names amongst all the names is the Allah itself. Alif, Lam, Lam, Ha, that we can see in front of us, inshallah. So imagining that name of Allah above, and the light is descending, coming through our head, and is spreading all over our body. And then specifically, it's going to that part of the body or those organs and tissues where we have the illnesses, where we have the problems, We're saying Allah, Allah with our heart, so the same process as before. And the intense light is entering there. So for example, in this case, the brother here, as you can see, I think it looks like Brother Ustadh Abid as well. In the diagram, if you can see, if you know him, you know who he is. So in the diagram, as you can see, intense light is entering at the back of that person. Let's say it's a backache. So in your case, it could be your back problem, knee problem, maybe psychological issue you have, mental issues you have, jinnat, asr, black magic, nazar, whatever it is, the light is intensely flowing. Remember, this light is very pure, very powerful, coming from the name of Allah. Nothing can withstand. No matter what jadoo, what jinnat, doesn't matter. Remember, the tricks of shayateen and jinnat and black magic is very weak. They cannot withstand the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His support. How can they? Sometimes human beings are much powerful, much strong than the tricks of the shayateen and jinnat. They cannot do much. Mainly what they do is they influence our mind and thinking, and that's how we are affected. And we become the victim, oh, look what shaitan is doing to us. We're much, much powerful and stronger than him and his army. So whatever illness you have, you focus on the light is intensely going, and it's actually slowly, it's having the effect. You see where your hand is placed, some kind of effect is taking place. You feel the warmth or coolness around that area as well. And continues to do so, and with your heart until you say Allah, Allah, carry on, and the whole process of healing is then taking place naturally, whether you feel it or not, inshallah. And the pain is then easing off. So inshallah, we'll be practicing this now, here and now, inshallah. Obviously, I'll lead through in English. Our dear Honorable Haji Gulfam will mention in Urdu as well. And then after that, we'll take a feedback. Tell us what you're feeling, how was the experience, what illness you suffer. And then we'll give you a solution what to do when you go home. They practice like a prescription, inshallah. And if you need to see us, inshallah, one-to-one you can do. But the main thing is this: if you can practice that with some sincerity, connecting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you see a huge benefit, inshallah. So I'd like to just trace back so that Haji Gulfam can mention in Urdu as well, inshallah. So ji, inshallah.
اچھا ابھی تو پہلے صرف آپ کو سمجھائیں گے انشاءاللہ، پھر اس کے بعد نا اجتماعی طور پہ آپ کریں گے. تو ضروری نہیں کہ آپ ہر چیز جو یاد رکھیں، صرف آپ اسکرین کی طرف دیکھیں اور کوشش کروں گا سمجھانے کے لیے. اس کے بعد پھر ہم ایک ساتھ کریں گے اس کو. تو پہلے ہم نے کیا کرنا ہے کہ اللہ کی یاد میں آنا ہے، ہم نے اللہ کی حضوری میں، کہ یہ تصور کرنا ہے کہ اللہ سبحانہ و تعالیٰ ہمارے ساتھ ہے، اللہ سبحانہ و تعالیٰ ہمیں دیکھ رہے اور ہمیں سن رہے ہیں. انشاءاللہ یہ کیفیت جو ہے نا ہمارے اندر آنی چاہیے. اس کے بعد پھر ہم نے یہ اذکار پڑھنے، پہلے بسم اللہ شریف، اس کے بعد 3 دفعہ استغفر اللہ، پھر 3 دفعہ درود، کوئی بھی درود، لیکن جیسے یہ درود ابراہیم یہاں لکھا ہے یہ بھی بندہ پڑھ سکتا ہے. اس کے بعد 3 دفعہ لا حول ولا قوت الا باللہ. یہ پڑھ کے انشاءاللہ پھر ہم نے کیا کرنا ہے، اپنی سوچ جو ہے نا، یہ تصور اس کو استعمال کرنا ہے. یہ ہم نے سوچنا ہے کہ اللہ سبحانہ و تعالیٰ کا نام جو ہے نا بالکل یعنی آسمان میں روشن ہے، جیسے آپ کو نظر آ رہا ہے، اور وہاں سے نا ایک روشنی آ رہی ہے، اور روشنی جو ہے یہ جہاں ہم بیٹھے ہیں پورے کمرے میں یہ روشنی پھیل رہی ہے. ٹھیک، یہ آپ نے سوچنا ہے. کئی لوگوں کو نظر بھی آ سکتا ہے یہ نور، کہیں کو صرف وہ سوچ کے ذریعے وہ سوچیں گے. پھر ہم نے سوچنا ہے کہ پہلے تو پورے کمرے میں یہ نور آ رہا تھا، ہم اس ٹائم ہم نے سوچنا ہے کہ انفرادی طور پہ نا آپ پہ اور مجھ پہ یہ نور، میرے سر پہ یہ نور آ رہا ہے جی، اور سر کے ذریعے ہمارے وجود میں داخل ہو رہا ہے. پھر ہم نے سوچنا ہے کہ اللہ سبحانہ و تعالیٰ کا نام، جیسے تصویر میں آپ کو نظر آ رہا ہے کہ اللہ کا نام جو ہے نا میرے پیشانی پہ نقش ہو رہا ہے. پھر سوچنا ہے کہ یہ نور جو ہے نا مزید وجود میں پھیل رہا ہے، دل بھی، وہاں بھی اللہ کا نام جو ہے نا وہ نقش ہو رہا ہے، یعنی پورا جسم جو ہے اس یعنی کہ نور سے بھر رہا ہے. اس کے بعد ہم نے کیا کرنا ہے، زبان کے ساتھ نہیں، صرف دل کے ساتھ ہم نے اللہ اللہ کا ذکر کرنا ہے. جیسے ایک بندہ ایک بچہ جو اپنے ماں کو پکارتا ہے جب کسی چیز کی ضرورت ہوتی ہے، اس طریقے سے ہم نے دل کے ساتھ اللہ اللہ کو یاد کرنا ہے. اس کے بعد ہم نے سوچنا ہے کہ ہر چیز جو ہے کائنات میں وہ اللہ کو یاد کر رہی ہے. جی حقیقت یہ ہے کہ ہر چیز اللہ کو یاد کرتی ہے، لیکن صرف جو غافل انسان اور غافل جنات ہیں وہ بھول جاتے. لیکن ہر چیز، یہ کارپیٹ جس پہ ہم بیٹھے ہیں، یہ دیواریں، یہ مسجد، ہر چیز کائنات کی اللہ کو یاد کرتی ہے، اللہ کا ذکر کرتی ہے. تو ہم بھی یہ تصور کریں گے کہ ہم بھی اس ذکر میں اب شامل ہیں، کیونکہ ہم بھی اللہ کو یاد کر رہے ہوں گے. اس کے بعد دوبارہ ہم نے یہ تصور کرنا ہے کہ اللہ ہمارے ساتھ ہے، اللہ سن رہا ہے، دیکھ رہا ہے. جی اور پھر ہم نے کیا کرنا ہے کہ کبھی کبھی کیا ہوتا ہے، یہ جو پریشانی آتی ہیں ہماری طرف، یہ ہو سکتا ہے ہر وقت تو نہیں، آزمائش بھی ہوتی ہے. کبھی کبھی ہوتا ہے یہ جو گناہ ہم کرتے ہیں نا، اس کی وجہ سے یہ پریشانیاں آتی ہیں. تو اس وقت ہم نے کیا کرنا ہے، جو بڑے بڑے گناہ ہم نے زندگی میں کیے ہیں نا، 3 سے لے کے 7 تک، جی دل کے ساتھ، اللہ تو پہلے جانتا ہے، لیکن اللہ تعالیٰ چاہتا ہے کہ بندہ جو ہے نا اظہار کرے اپنی کمزوری کا. تو ہم نے کیا کرنا ہے، ایک ایک گناہ جو بڑے جو ہیں ہمارے ذہن میں، جس پہ اللہ نے پردہ ڈالا تھا، ہم نے اللہ کی بارگاہ میں ایک ایک کر کے پیش کرنا ہے اور اللہ کی بارگاہ میں ہم نے معافی مانگنی ہے. اس کے بعد ہم نے کیا کرنا ہے کہ اللہ نے جو نعمتیں ہمیں عطا کی ہیں، 3 سے لے کے 7 بڑی بڑی جو نعمتیں ہیں، ہم نے اللہ کی بارگاہ میں ان کا شکر کرنا ہے ایک ایک کر کے. اس کے بعد ہم نے اپنی جو حاجات جو ہے نا اللہ کی بارگاہ میں پیش کرنی. ایک حاجات تو یہ ہے جو ہمیں یہ پریشانی ہے، جو بیماری جسمانی یا روحانی ہے. اس کے لیے جب ہم یہ حاجاتیں پیش کریں گے، ہم نے کیا کرنا ہے، جیسے روایتوں میں آتا ہے، نبی پاک صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے اپنے صحابہ کو سکھایا، جب کوئی آپ کو بیماری ہوتی ہے یا درد ہوتا ہے، ہم نے کیا کرنا ہے، جس جگہ پہ ہمیں درد ہو رہا ہے، اگر ایک جگہ میں، جیسے آپ کو یہاں نظر آتا ہے کہ ہم نے اس جگہ پہ اپنا ہاتھ رکھنا ہے، اگر کمر میں ہے وہاں ہاتھ رکھنا ہے. اگر ایک جگہ میں، اگر ایک سے زیادہ جگہ میں درد ہوا ہے جسمانی، جی یا آپ سمجھیں کوئی روحانی بیماری ہے، پھر ہم نے کیا کرنا ہے، اپنا ہاتھ جو ہے نا سینے پہ رکھنا ہے. اس کے بعد ہم نے وہ تصور کرنا ہے کہ وہ جو نور ہمارے وجود میں آ رہا تھا، وہ نور جو ہے نا وہ سارے وجود میں وہ پھیل رہا ہے. جی جتنے ہمارے رگیں ہیں ان میں یہ نور جا رہا ہے، اور دل کے ساتھ ہم نے اللہ اللہ کا ذکر کرنا ہے. اس کے بعد ہم نے تصور کرنا ہے، اگر ایک جگہ میں کوئی درد ہے نا، وہ نور اس جگہ میں جا رہی ہے. اگر جیسے آپ تصویر میں دیکھ رہے ہیں، یہ یعنی اس کو شاید کمر میں درد ہے، تو بندہ تصور کرے گا کہ وہ نور جو ہے نا اس جگہ میں جا رہا ہے، اور وہ جو درد ہے اللہ کے فضل سے وہ دور ہو رہا ہے. جی اگر ایک سے زیادہ جگہ، جیسے میں نے کہا، آپ سینے پہ ہاتھ رکھیں گے اور کوشش کریں گے جہاں جہاں آپ کو محسوس ہو رہا ہے وہ نور جو ہے نا وہ پورے وجود میں پھیل رہا ہے. وہاں اس وقت آپ کو کچھ گرمائش بھی محسوس ہو سکتی ہے، ٹھنڈک بھی محسوس ہو سکتی ہے، تو لیکن کوئی پریشانی کی بات نہیں، کبھی کبھی ہو جاتا ہے. یہ آپ نے صرف جو ہے نا لگاتار اللہ اللہ کا ذکر کرنا ہے دل کے ساتھ، اور یہ محسوس کرنا ہے کہ آپ کو آرام جو ہے نا وہ آ رہا ہے انشاءاللہ. اس کے بعد انشاءاللہ پھر ڈاکٹر صاحب.
So inshallah, now that we've heard what we're going to do, the healing, the process and connecting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from a theoretical point of view, now inshallah we're going to actually do the practice and do the healing itself. So your obviously participation and your focus and following is very key and is very important. So just to a quick refresh, I've been sat for a while. If you all like to maybe stand up just to let the blood flow through your system, and then sit very comfortably, because you want to sit in a position where you're minimizing the distractions. Just keep facing the front, inshallah, and minimize the distractions, inshallah, and have some space in between, so that if you were to move around, you're not actually touching someone else or causing any disruptions to them as well. So the screen will be there, as you can see, and if you do find yourself, get distracted, you can open your eyes, have a look, and then carry on again. So please do be seated, have some space, sit in such a manner that, please seated. Please sit down.
بیٹھے اور تھوڑا فاصلہ رکھیں ایک دوسرے میں تاکہ جو
انشاءاللہ. So first of all, be seated, be comfortable. Those obviously who have any physical disability or any issues where they cannot, sit down for too long, then there's some chairs at the back, especially the elderly, you can. And the rest, you're fine to sit on the floor. That's fine, inshallah. Inshallah. So now, first and foremost, what we like you to do is, so we'll cover it both in English and in Urdu as well. First of all, inshallah, please, every one of you, now close your eyes. It's about me and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
ابھی سب حضرات جو ہے نا ابھی آپ نے آنکھیں بند کریں.
And before everything, just say that, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I've turned to you. I want no one in reality to turn to except you. Maybe I have been overlooked this point for far too long. I finally admit and I turn to you.
اور دل میں یہ اللہ کی بارگاہ میں عرض کریں کہ اللہ تو ہی ہے جو میری پریشانی دور کر سکتا ہے. شاید میں اتنی دیر سے بولا رہا ہوں، لیکن اب میں جو ہے نا پوری یقین کے ساتھ آپ کی طرف رجوع کرتا ہوں، میں کرتی ہوں.
Just think now deeply, Allah is with me.
اور تصور کریں کہ غور سے کہ اللہ ہمارے ساتھ ہے.
Allah is seeing me.
اللہ ہمیں دیکھ رہے ہیں.
Allah is hearing me.
اور اللہ ہمیں سن رہے ہیں.
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم.
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم.
استغفر اللہ واتوب الیک.
استغفر اللہ واتوب الیک.
استغفر اللہ واتوب الیک.
استغفر اللہ واتوب الیک.
استغفر اللہ واتوب الیک. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد
وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم.
وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد
وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد
وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم.
وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.
السلام عليك
السلام عليك
أيها النبي. السلام عليك
السلام عليك
أيها النبي. السلام عليك
السلام عليك
أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الله الصالحين
وعلى عباد الله الصالحين
ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله
لا 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 حول ولا قوة إلا بالله.
Now imagine the beautiful name of Allah is shining above the masjid.
تصور کریں کہ اللہ سبحانہ و تعالیٰ کا نام روشن اور اس مسجد کے اوپر روشنی پھیل رہی ہے وہاں سے.
The light is descending and is covering all of the masjid.
ساری مسجد میں یہ نور پھیل رہا ہے, یہ تصور کریں.
And now you can see the light is now penetrating through my head, our head.
اب یہ نور انفرادی طور پہ ہر بندے میں اس کے سر کے ذریعے داخل ہو رہا ہے یہ نور.
Allah's name is engraved in our head.
اللہ کا نام جو نقش ہو رہا ہے ہماری پیشانی میں, نورانی نام.
Even the brain cells are chanting with the name Allah, Allah.
اور ہمارے دماغ میں جتنے سیل ہیں وہ اللہ کو پکار رہے ہیں.
The light is flowing and going through our heart.
اور دل کی طرف بھی یہ نور جا رہا ہے.
And is filling our heart with light.
اور ہمارا دل بھی نور سے
And our heart is now saying Allah, Allah. Tongue is silent.
ابھی دل ہمارا بھی اللہ کو پکار رہا ہے, اللہ اللہ. زبان خاموش ہے.
The light is spreading everywhere in the body.
سارے وجود میں نور پھیل رہا ہے.
And now I am asking for forgiveness, admitting my fault, my major sins, and asking for forgiveness for each one of them.
اور اب اللہ کی بارگاہ میں ہم اپنے گناہ پیش کر رہے ہیں. سب سے بڑے گناہ جو ہم جانتے ہیں اللہ جانتا ہے, اور اللہ کی بارگاہ میں ہم سچے دل کے ساتھ معافی مانگ رہے ہیں اللہ سے.
No matter how grave and how major the sins we have done, it's very shame to even think about. Yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy is still vast, still more, and will envelope and cancel any of the sins that which we have done. So you have nothing to worry except ask Allah and rely on Him and His mercy to forgive.
جتنے بڑے گناہ ہیں اللہ کی بارگاہ میں پیش کریں, اور یہ یقین رکھیں کہ اللہ غفور ہے, رحیم ہے, معاف کرنے کو پسند کرتا ہے. لیکن ہماری طرف سے پورے اخلاص کے ساتھ توبہ جو ہے دل کے ساتھ होनी चाहिए और ये यकीन के साथ कि अल्लाह अल्लाह के अपने फजल से हमें माफ़ करेगा।
And know and feel how merciful and how loving and caring Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. He loves His servant at least more than 70 times more than a mother loves her child. He wants us to be successful. He wants us to live forever and enjoy forever, which is waiting for in the life here to come.
थोड़ा गौर करें कि अल्लाह कितनी मोहब्बत करता है हमसे। रवायतों में आता है जितनी मोहब्बत एक माँ करती है अल्लाह ताला 70 दूना बंदे से मोहब्बत करता है। वो चाहता है कि हम कामयाब हो जाएं हमेशा के लिए और हमेशा के लिए आखिरत में जो है जन्नत में बंदे जो पहुंच जाए।
Now again refresh that thought that Allah is with me, Allah is seeing me, Allah is hearing me.
फिर दोबारा सोच अपनी ताज़ा करें कि अल्लाह हमारे साथ है, अल्लाह देख रहा है और सुन रहा है।
The light is continuously flowing as before. We sing Allah, Allah with our heart, and we turn to Him with full of appreciation, gratitude, and thankfulness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Think about so much blessings He has bestowed upon us. Especially that we have life, we have a language to express, we have good health, parents, family, especially we have Iman, we have Him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as our Ilah, our Lord.
اور یہ تصور کریں کہ نور جو ہے وہ پورے وجود میں پھیل رہا ہے، دل کے ساتھ اب اللہ کو یاد کر رہے ہیں، اور دل کی گہرائیوں سے اب ہم اللہ کا شکر کریں گے جو نعمتیں اللہ نے ہمیں عطا کی ہیں۔ سب سے بڑی نعمت تو اللہ خود ہے، اور ایسی ایسی نعمتیں اللہ نے عطا کی ہیں۔ ایمان کی دولت ایسی دولت ہے، کتنی دفعہ ہم نے اس دولت کا شکر کیا اللہ کی بارگاہ میں۔ یہ ایسی دولت ہے کہ اگر بندہ اس دنیا سے اس دولت کو لے کے جائے گا پھر وہ جنت میں پہنچ سکتا ہے اللہ کے فضل سے۔ نبی پاک صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کی امتی میں ہیں ہم، کتنی بڑی نعمت ہے، اللہ کی بارگاہ میں شکر کریں۔ جو اپنے والدین ہیں، بھائی بہن ہیں، ہمیں کپڑے اللہ نے دیے ہیں، مکان دیے ہیں، کھانے کو دیا ہے، شکر کریں۔ ایسے لوگ ہیں دنیا میں ابھی، وہ دیکھ رہے ہیں اپنے سامنے ان کے بچے فوت ہو رہے ہیں، ان کے پاس پانی بھی نہیں ہے ان کو دینے کے لیے، لیکن اللہ نے اتنی نعمتیں ہمیں عطا کی ہیں، لیکن کم لوگ شکر ادا کرتے ہیں۔ اور اب دل کی گہرائی سے شکر کریں ان نعمتوں کا۔
Now again, refresh the thought that Allah is with me, Allah is seeing me, Allah is hearing me.
یہ دوبارہ یہ سوچ تازی کریں کہ اللہ ہمارے ساتھ ہیں، اللہ دیکھ رہا ہے اور ہمیں سن رہا ہے۔
The light is flowing everywhere, from the head to all the of our body. We sing Allah, Allah with our heart, and now place your hand where the illness is, pain is, or if it's multiple places, internally, externally, then place it on your chest. If those who suffer mostly from mental type of illness or headache, you can place your hand on the head.
ابھی تصور کریں کہ نور سر سے لے کے پاؤں تک سارے وجود میں پھیل رہا ہے، اور اب اگر ایک جگہ آپ کو درد ہے تو وہاں اپنا ہاتھ رکھیں. ایک سے زیادہ جگہ میں ہے تو آپ سینے پہ رکھ سکتے ہیں، اور اگر کوئی زیادہ آپ کو سر کا مسئلہ ہے یا ذہنی کوئی پریشانی ہے تو آپ سر پہ رکھ سکتے ہیں انشاءاللہ. اللہ اللہ دل کے ساتھ کریں، اور پھر اللہ کی بارگاہ میں اپنی حاجتیں پیش کریں گے.
So as the light is flowing everywhere and the illness is now slowly easing off, you'll feel slight coolness and warmth in that area, and call Allah, oh Allah, remove it. You order that for that illness to remove from my body. As your Lord of everything, with your command, nothing will stay.
اور اللہ کی بارگاہ میں عرض کریں کہ اللہ تو ہی رب ہے ہر چیز کا. یہ روحانی جسمانی جو بھی بیماری ہے اللہ تو ہی ان کو حکم دے کہ مجھ سے دور ہو جائے. اور اس جگہ میں ٹھنڈک گرمائش بھی محسوس ہو سکتی ہے، لیکن آپ اللہ کی بارگاہ میں مانگتے رہیں اور تصور کرتے رہیں.
بسم اللہ.
اگر کوئی سو رہا ہے تو اس کے ساتھ والا ساتھی اس کو ہاتھ لگا دیں.
Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina wa Maulana Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina wa Maulana Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina wa Maulana Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallim. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. MashaAllah, you can open your eyes and relax now, MashaAllah. MashaAllah, Mubarak to you all that we managed to connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, remember Him and ask Him for all our needs to be fulfilled and the issues to be resolved. Inshallah, now a short period of time will be given and you are encouraged to share your experiences, your questions or your issues, what you had and how you felt. So you can say in Urdu, Punjabi, English, whichever language you prefer. And the sisters can also share messages through the mehram, to the male relations as well. And they can also be shared if they wish, inshallah. Maybe if you, inshallah, you just raise your hand, the Umair will come with the mic, inshallah. Please avail the opportunity, because then we also understand and know that you've understood and followed, and you saw the difference, as well as encouraging others as well.
अभी आपके लिए मौका है, अब बता दें कि किस तरीके से ये मुराक़बा किया, क्या आपको महसूस हुआ, और हमारी माई बहनें वो भी अपने महरम को टेक्स्ट मैसेज के ज़रिए भेज सकते हैं अगर उन्होंने कुछ बताना है इंशाल्लाह, और जिसने बताना अपना हाथ उठा लें इंशाल्लाह.
So do you put your hands up?
So I take it everyone understood well and they've done perfect. There was no issue, alhamdulillah. Looks like everyone's satisfied and happy. So hopefully there are no names to be given then to Brother Umair for one-to-one. I think everyone's satisfied now. Or not. Yeah, I mean, the session we have, we can share your experience, how you felt. Inshallah, obviously one-to-one, if there's necessary, that could be addressed as well, inshallah. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So I've had this shoulder pain in my arm for about 6-7 years now. I think Qari will know exactly what I'm talking about. I've had self-healing, I've had healing done inside the mosque from other people who've done courses. But I've never really felt any immediate relief, even from when other people have done healing. And alhamdulillah, today, after I'd done it myself, I could feel the shoulder getting cooler. I could feel that, because the pain was there while I was sat there.
Right.
And I could feel the pain going
MashaAllah.
as I was continuing.
MashaAllah.
So alhamdulillah, I hope with me continuing it, inshallah.
Inshallah. MashaAllah, alhamdulillah, it is truly a blessing and from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we should really thank Him. Like I said, we just like a tap, you open, the water comes, we're nothing really. is the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all foremost and ultimately, and the means through which that comes through, i.e. the mashayikh and the teachers who have taught us this, especially Hazrat Shah Ahmed Dabbagh. So I thank you for sharing this. And that shows that sometimes we rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and turn to Him, we can see the change is taking place. It is Him who actually is the provider. So what's your name, brother? You from local? Okay, mashallah. Jazakallah for your experience, and may Allah Ta'ala bless you. And after, just very shortly, we'll go through a summary of what you should be doing at home on a regular basis, like a prescription. And if you do that, then you see the benefit as well further, inshallah. MashaAllah. Anyone else? Any messages? Just let us know if there's anything through the phone as well, inshallah. Any others? You can say in Urdu, maybe some of the buzurgs who are here, elderly, or anyone else. Please. Okay, do you want just to use the mic? So. Are you related to the brother? Okay, no, just asking. Okay, that's fine. MashaAllah. 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 Good. Alhamdulillah. I'm very happy. Like I said, thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's the one who provides, and everything else just a means. Yes, we should really thank the means through which that comes, because if we don't thank the creation, then you're not thanking Him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. MashaAllah. Anyone else?
उर्दू में अगर किसी ने बताना हो तो आप बता सकते हैं.
MashaAllah. So if you allow the opportunity to interact and speak to other Ustadh and our healing Ustadh who are here as well, you can discuss things, inshallah. So now we move on to the summary of the prescription, for example, to take away so that you can practice. So just to summarize, if I can ask everyone to look at the screen. So basically, what I would like you to do is on a daily basis, make a routine that inshallah do wudu, do 2 rakat salatul hajat nafal namaz, 2 rakat, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us and to cure us from the illness, number 1. Number 2 is we should practice this healing, this procedure, this meditation that we've done and learned today and practiced, to practice that every day for 5 minutes. You nominate your time. Maybe for you have morning fresh, you have some time in the morning after Fajr, or later on in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. You select your time, but you nominate and practice it without fear. And then, inshallah, what you do is some of the process, exactly what we've done. How do you do this? Is imagine the name above, the light is coming down, is flowing everywhere. You think Allah, Allah with your heart, with your mind, and you ask Allah for forgiveness, thank Him for the blessings. Because remember one thing, when you thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the blessings that we have, it's a Quranic principle. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increases you more in the blessing. So it's a win-win situation. The fraudsters on TV, they say win-win, no fee, no play, no win, win-win situation. Only in reality, it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's nothing, He takes from us. It's only win. He created us at His fadl, and He wants to bless us more. Just to appreciate. This appreciation, He doesn't benefit. We benefit from it. So remember this. And then after that, you imagine the light is flowing everywhere in your body, and whatever the illness is, pain is flowing there and it's easing off. Place your hand there as well. But specifically, I want to categorize 4 or 5 different types of illness, major ones. So for example, those who have any physical nature of illness, pains, aches, joint problem and so on, imagine the light is entering in that part of the body and is easing off and you're feeling relieved. Number 1. Number 2 is if you have a more serious type, for example, you got infection or cancer or tumor, and obviously you're doing the treatment in the hospitals and so on, you're doing the chemotherapy and the radiotherapy and so on, but at the same time, you're also doing this in the kudrati, especially from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a therapy, where the light is entering there and is washing away. And ask Allah, though Allah, you order that the cells to be rectified and not go out of control. Or ask your makhlukat, the virus and bacteria, to be, the virus is very powerful. The virus is so khatarnak and powerful, is Even the bacteria, they are scared of viruses. Did you know that? Virus is so khatarnak, they actually eat up the bacteria as well. So in medical science now, they've discovered a way to harness that, and they're using the bacteria to kill, using the virus to kill the bacteria as well. Because the resistance drug is not working anymore. Where the bacteria, they got the strength to resist the antibiotics that we take. So the new science now is they're actually using the virus to kill off bacteria. So use the enemy to kill the enemy. That is the divide and conquer rule, British device. Inshallah, it works very well as well, even at the microscopic level. So what you do is, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His shifa, His qudra is most powerful. He can cancel everything if He wishes so. So inshallah, we should do that if you have that type of illness. Number 3, if you have any spiritual related, jadoo, jinnat, black magic, nazar, ainun, anything, sihr, again, Allah's light, name coming from the name of Allah, is most powerful. Imagine the light is going, entering you, and is washing away, driving away all the illnesses and all the influence, evil influence in your life. You'll see, you become more powerful as well. It's like a story said that about Sayyidina Imam Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi once said that once that a small lion cub became a stray and become lost in the jungle, and he ended up in amongst a flock of sheep, and so therefore he started to learn and grow with them, and slowly he became one of the sheep as well, because he never seen anything else except for the flock of sheep they used to live with. And so once came that lion from his actual origin, they came and looking for some prey to eat, and they came closer with that same flock of sheep. And when they saw it, they started running, chasing away from that lion. And the lion chasing, and he became more confused and annoyed. He saw amongst them there's a lion, another lion looks like him, he's also running away. So then this lion forgot to actually chase the sheep, rather he chased after the other lion. So he eventually caught him up and said to him in their own language that, why are you running away from me? You're one of us. We should be chasing them and eating them. What happened to you? He goes, no, don't kill me. And he said, no, don't kill me, like acting like that, like a sheep. Don't kill me, I don't want to die, and so on. So got him by the scruff of his neck and took him to the pond and a river in a lake or a pond. And he said, look at your face. Look at the reflection. And they said, look at me and my reflection. Are we similar, or are you similar to the sheep that you are running away with? Then he realized, I'm actually a lion. I'm not a sheep. I could have ate them, but I actually lived with them and actually were ruled by the leader of the sheep there as well. This is who we are. We are lion. We are Asadullah. We are lion of Allah. Shaitan should run away when they see a man of Allah. But instead, we running away from the shaitan, being so, like they say, bighi, like, I'm just scared. So really, if you have the support of Allah, if you become on the side of party of Allah, then you see how strong and powerful you become. The shayateen would run away from you when they see you. They said, I'm not going in front of him. I'll cross the road instead. So inshallah, you can focus on that if you have those type of problems. Mental illness. 1 in 4 people in the Western world are suffering from this. Depression, anxiety. Again, we rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We see the light is entering, and especially going to the mind and the brain and brain cells, and is making the chemicals and the hormones in balance, and making the cells to work properly again, so that you feel the relief as well. So you can practice upon that. Any illness we've not covered, you're very acute, 1 in a million you're suffering from, you can focus on that and see how your illness is driving away by the fazl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or even you have no illness, you're completely perfect, fit, 100%, you can still practice it. Because maybe in 10 years' time, something might develop, and maybe through this, Allah will cancel it before it comes about. And inshallah, you should practice this minimally every single day for a month. And also, whenever you hear this healing gathering takes place, attend physically or online, because that will speed up or accelerate the process, inshallah. So inshallah, the leaflets are there. I believe our fellow brothers, inshallah, are sharing this, and sisters. Take one. Everything we've done today and explained is summarized here. You can practice upon that. And also for the general protection from the shayateen and the sunnah. See, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam have provided a cure or a solution, how to be free from, this jinnat, this industry. It's a billion dollar industry. How they're raking and ransacking, especially our Indian subcontinent community. And Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam already provided the solution. Recite that in your house, make it established day and night. You see how shaitan drives away from you, from your houses and from your lives. It's free of charge as well. But we like to give our money away free of charge. Thousands of pounds to the charlatans and all the fakesters as well. And in reality, they don't do anything. They made a pact with Shayateen. You do this for me, I do that for you as well. So they're not doing any favor to them, to yourselves, to ourselves, or to themselves. They are being captivated, unfortunately. So adopt the right means and the right way. And like Ustadh have mentioned, that we don't charge anything. For the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we try to provide you. In fact, we try to empower you so that you become free and independent and rely on the being we should be relying upon, inshallah. And finally, I would say that money is quite important. We should really help the poor and the needy and give charity, sadaqah. Because you give sadaqah and help someone, then Allah helps you as well. So find people in your own village, in locality, in Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, wherever it is, help them, inshallah, and in return, Allah will help you as well, inshallah. And really thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this ni'mah and blessing and the means, the mashayikh and the shaykh who actually have taught us and shown us this way as well, inshallah. So I'll ask our the Honorable Haji Gulfam to cover that in Urdu, and they will finish with the dua, inshallah, at the end. Inshallah. Ji.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अब जो कुछ हमने अभी इंफरादी तौर पे घर जाके करना है हर रोज़, वो आपको इंशाल्लाह थोड़ा बताएंगे। हर रोज़ आपने कोशिश करनी है वज़ू करके 2 रकात नमाज हाजत, सलातुल हाजत, और ये जो किताब है ना इसमें उसकी दुआ भी है इंशाल्लाह, और ये जो है ना आपको इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वर्जन भी मिल सकती है। उसके बाद जिस तरीके से हमने ये मुराक़बा अभी किया है, उस तरीके से बिल्कुल आपने उसी तरीके से तकरीबन कम से कम 5 मिनट के लिए ये मुराक़बा करना है। बिल्कुल उसी तरीके से ये कैफियत, तसव्वुर, सब कुछ, और अपने गुनाह पेश करना, अल्लाह की बारगाह में नेमतों का शुक्र अदा करना, फिर अपनी हाजात, और उसी तरीके से जैसे अभी हमने किया है। और जब मसलन हम अपनी हाजातें पेश करेंगे ना, और जहाँ हमने हाथ रखना है, अगर कोई जैसे हमने कहा कि जिस्मानी बीमारी है बंदा, क्योंकि मुख्तलिफ़ किस्म की बीमारी होती है, कहीं जैसे डॉक्टर साहब फरमा रहे हैं, एक तो है ना कि आपने जिस्मानी कोई दर्द है, जैसे ये साथी बता रहे कि आपने बाजू में दर्द है, उसके अलावा कईयों को कुछ ज़्यादा जैसे इन्फेक्शस होते हैं, कैंसर वगैरह ऐसी चीज़ें, जी वो भी अपने ज़हन में लेके आएँ, उस टाइम अल्लाह की बारगाह में अर्ज़ करें कि अल्लाह इसको भी यानी हमसे दूर करें। उसके अलावा अगर आप समझते कि जिन्नात का मसला है या जादू टूनी का मसला है, जी वो भी अपने ज़हन में उस टाइम लेके आएँ, और क्योंकि अल्लाह सुब्हान तआला हर चीज़ का रब है, सिर्फ़ अल्लाह के लिए यही ही कहना काफ़ी है कि कुन, और वो हो जाता है। तो वो कि ये भी एक किस्म है। अगर उसके अलावा अगर किसी को कोई यानी ज़हनी परेशानी है, ये डिप्रेशन होता है, एग्जाइटी ऐसी चीज़ है, जी वो उस टाइम अपने सर पे अपना हाथ रखे और तसव्वुर करें और अल्लाह से मांगे कि ये भी दूर हो जाए इंशाल्लाह। और उसके बाद अगर कोई बीमारी ऐसे यानी हमने उसका ज़िक्र नहीं किया, आपको पता है जी, वो अल्लाह की बारगाह में पेश करें। और ये जो मुराक़बा हमने किया है, ये इतना यानी इसमें ताकत है जी कि अगर आप समझते हैं कि आप बिल्कुल ठीक हैं जी, और कभी कभी क्या होता है कि बंदा समझता है कि मैं ठीक हूँ, लेकिन उसके अंदर कोई बीमारी जो है ना वो उसकी शुरुआत हो गई है, और वो भी बंदा जो है ना वो समझता है कि मैं बिल्कुल, उसके भी लिए ये फ़ायदा है कि वो भी ये अमल करे हर रोज़, और अगर जो बीमारी आने वाली थी उसका भी कह ले कि वो रुक जाएगी इंशाल्लाह अल्लाह के फजल से। और ये जो मेन जो है ना, जैसे मैंने कहा हर रोज़ आपने ये अमल करना है। जैसे एक बंदा एंटीबायोटिक्स का कोर्स लेता है जी, हर रोज़ उसको गोली खानी होती है, और ये भी हर रोज़ आपने तकरीबन 4 हफ़्ते के लिए आपने ये इस तरीके से अमल करना है। उसके बाद आपने कोशिश करनी है कि سنت طریقے میں سے آپ نے جو کھانا ہر بندہ کھاتا ہے جی، لیکن اگر ہم سنت کے طریقے پہ کھا سکتے، آدھی بیماریاں جو ہے نا یہ سنت کے طریقے پہ عمل کرنے سے وہ دور ہو جاتی ہے. کیوں اکثر لوگ جو ہے نا وہ بہت زیادہ کھاتے ہیں، اور یہ جو بہت زیادہ کھانا وہ بھی بیماری ہو جاتی ہے. تو سنت طریقہ کیا ہے کہ پہلے آپ کوشش کریں کہ حلال کمائی سے آپ جو کھانا بائی کریں گے، یا جو حلال کمائی سے، اور مین جو ہے نا حلال کھانا. یہ نہیں کہ حلال کمائی سے آپ کما رہے ہیں اور حرام کھانا آپ کھا رہے ہیں جی. حلال کھانا، اور اس کے علاوہ پھر کوشش کرنا جب آپ کھائیں گے، ایک تو صرف کھائیں جب آپ کو بھوک لگی ہوتی. کئیوں نے ایک ٹائم ٹیبل بنایا ہوتا نا کہ میں نے ناشتہ 7 بجے کرنا ہے، ڈنر 1 بجے کرنا ہے. یہ سنت کے خلاف ہے جی. جب آپ کو بھوک لگے نا اس ٹائم آپ کو کھانا چاہیے، اور جب آپ کھائیں پھر آپ ایک حصہ کھانے کے لیے، ایک حصہ پینے کے لیے، اور ایک حصہ خالی رکھیں انشاءاللہ. یہ انشاءاللہ اس سے کافی جو آدھی بیماری ہے بندے کی دور ہو جائیں گی. اس کے بعد آپ کوشش کریں کہ پاکی کی حالت میں جی وضو میں رہیں، غسل کریں. اور غسل جو ہے نا یہ کم از کم آپ سیکھیں کہ غسل کے فرائض کیا ہیں. یقین کر لیں کہ لوگ ہم جانتے ہیں کہ ایک گھنٹہ وہ یعنی شاور میں جاتے ہیں، یعنی دنیا کے بھر کی کہ وہ جیلز وغیرہ لے کے جاتے ہیں جی، لیکن نہ وہ کرلی کرتے، نہ وہ ناک میں پانی ڈالتے. تو وہ کیا ہوتا ہے، وہ اگر شادی شدہ وہ پلیت ہے. اور ایسے لوگ یقین کریں عمرے پہ بھی جاتے ہیں. یہ بہت ضروری ہے کم از کم آپ وضو یا غسل جو اس کے فرائض سیکھیں اور اس طریقے سے آپ غسل و وضو کریں انشاءاللہ. اور جب آپ وضو میں رہتے یہ جو جنات یا اثرات ہیں آدھی یہ بیماریاں بھی دور ہو جاتی صرف وضو، کیونکہ وضو ایک کہہ لیں کہ ہمارے لیے ایک شیلڈ ہے الحمدللہ. اس کے بعد جیسے ماشاءاللہ اپنا ہمارے مولانا آفاق صاحب نے شفقت فرمائی، ہمیں دعوت دی ہے، اس طریقے ہم مسجد میں آئے، ہم ان کا شکریہ کرتے. اور مسجد کی کمیٹی جو ہے سب ان کا بھی، جہاں بھی یہ سیشنز ہوتے ہیں مختلف شہروں میں، آپ کوشش کریں کہ ان میں آپ جو آئندہ 3 یا 4 ہوں گے اس میں بھی شرکت کریں. اس میں کیا ہوگا کہ یہ جو شفا ہے بہت جلدی آپ کو انشاءاللہ اس کے ذریعے ملے گی انشاءاللہ.
So inshallah, in English, as mentioned in Urdu, that as well as practicing this, and also then to actually eat in a sunnah manner, eat halal, eat when you actually, because many of the illnesses just disappear if you actually adopt this one sunnah of eating. Eat on 1/3, not eat till fill, and so on. And also to stay in purity. Whenever the shower, ghusl is needed. See, when we say cleaning ourselves, we say shower. Now, this is actually quite misleading, as Haji Sahib was mentioning in Urdu, because shower doesn't mean that you're Islamically clean. For Islamic to be clean, shower is obviously an integral part of it, but to do the gargling of the mouth and the passing the water to both of the nostrils and the water flowing everywhere in the body, not remaining even one aspect of your body dry, is important, is faraiz, is actually compulsory. Because then when you stay purity, stay in wuzu, then you actually already have a shield against the jinnat and shayateen as well. So inshallah, finally, anything else mentioning? Brother Umar will mention. I'd like to request our host, our imam here, Maulana Afaq, to conclude with the dua, inshallah. Please, can I? Just come forward, inshallah.
Just before the dua, inshallah, I'd like to thank all the brothers who've come. They've given up their Sunday, it's a day off for a lot of them, for a lot of people, and they've given their time up to serve the people. And serving the people is one of the means of reaching Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is one of the conditions, in fact, in which to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the best of you, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the best of you is the one who brings most benefit to mankind. So inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the brothers who've come, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also give us all shafa and all the problems that we're having within our community. Just a couple of very, very brief words, inshallah, before the dua. Like Ustadh Sahab said, is we all having problems, whether it's a mental problem, whether it's a physical problem, whatever problem it is, you should know, we should know our Rabb is Allah, our Nabi is Sayyidina Muhammad, our deen is Islam. We don't need anything else. That is it. Right? So dua we read in the morning, Raditu billahi rabban. I am pleased with Allah as my Rabb. So repeat after me, Raditu billahi rabban.
Raditu billahi rabban.
I am pleased with Allah as my Rabb.
I'm pleased Allah as my Rabb.
Wabil Islami deenan.
Bi Islami deenan.
And with Islam as my deen.
And Islam as my deen.
Wabi Muhammadin
Wa min Muhammad
sallallahu alayhi wa sallama.
sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Nabiyyan wa rasula.
Nabiyyan wa rasula.
And with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam as my Nabi and my Rasul, I am pleased. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, whoever says this 3 times in the morning, 3 times in the evening, Allah will please him. That's it. You are powerful. You're powerful. You've got so much power inside you that, as Ustadh Sahab said, the shaitan has made me and you look like sheep. Asi sheep ban gaya. We are lions, but the shaitan has made us look like sheep, right? He's made us look weak. The truth is, we are powerful. That power only comes from Allah, and that power will only come when we are with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As the ustads have gone through this is something which, if we all practice on a daily basis, knowing that Allah is with me, no shaitan can ever come near you. No jinnat can come near you. And the fact is, the truth is, even if you remain ill for the rest of your life, but you know you are with Allah, you will still be happy. This is the thing. You will still be happy knowing that even though I am still ill, and there's a woman we know, she's elderly. You know what she said to me the other day? She said to me, Qari Sahab, I can't even go to the bathroom, right? I struggle to go to the bathroom. Mere ko bashab nahi kayi wari karan hunda, right? Someone has to take me to the bathroom. But you know what she said? She said, Shukr Alhamdulillah, I am so happy that I'm still reading my namaz. I'm still so happy. And this is the attitude we now need to bring, that you are all from the ummah of the Prophet ﷺ. You are all being blessed. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala include us amongst those people who is pleased with. Ameen. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammadin wa barik wa sallim salli alayhi. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka anta samiul alim wa tub alayna innaka anta tawwabur rahim. Ya Allah, Ya Rahmanu, Ya Rahim, we begging you, beseeching you. Ya Allah, please forgive every single one of us here in this masjid. Ya Allah, please forgive us, please forgive our parents, please forgive the entire ummah of your Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Ya Allah, if any of our illnesses, any of our problems are due to our sins, due to us missing our namaz, due to us watching haram, listening to haram, backbiting. Ya Allah, if any of our illnesses are due to us committing haram, earning haram, Ya Allah, we ask you to please forgive us. Please forgive us, Ya Allah, for all the sins we commit with our tongue, with our eyes, with our ears, with our hearts, with our minds. Ya Allah, please forgive us. Please forgive us, Ya Allah. Please forgive every single one of us. Ya Allah, whatever is stopping us from being with you, Ya Allah, please remove that obstacle. Ya Allah, whatever is in the way, Ya Allah, please remove this. Ya Allah, we ask you, please, Ya Allah, most of us here have come because we have got problems, whether it's a physical problem, a mental problem, a spiritual problem, whether it's problems within the home, within the families, whatever problems we are having, Ya Allah, please remove those problems. Ya Allah, you are the one who has the power to remove. Ya Allah, please remove these issues and problems and obstacles. Ya Allah, give us shafa for all our illnesses. Ya Allah, please give us physical, spiritual, mental shafa. Ya Allah, above all, allow us all to be with you. Ya Allah, allow us to remember you. Allow us to be of those people who are constantly in your dhikr. Allow us, Ya Allah, to be of those people who are following the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ya Allah, shafa comes through you, through the wasila of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ya Allah, allow us to be with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam by loving him, by following his sunnah. Ya Allah, we ask you to remove all our problems within our homes, within our marriages, with our children, whatever issues we are having. Ya Allah, please remove them. Ya Allah, deep down, all of us here, we know what the issue is. We know know, Ya Allah, our problems are because we are away from you. Ya Allah, allow us to all be close to you. Ya Allah, please remove these obstacles that we are with you. Ya Allah, please answer our dua. You are the one who answers dua. Ya Allah, there are people in this gathering who are losing their yaqeen in dua. But we know, Ya Allah, when we ask, you answer. But Ya Allah, the people are losing their yaqeen. Ya Allah, show us something that will give us this yaqeen. Ya Allah, strengthen our iman. Ya Allah, strengthen our iman. Ya Allah, strengthen our iman. Ya Allah, please do not allow us to leave this masjid without this belief, without this yaqeen. Ya Allah, if there's anybody in this room who's benefited, Ya Allah, allow them to speak so they're able to motivate the others. Ya Allah, there is no shafa except from the shafa that you give. Ya Allah, Allah enable us to have tawakkul and give us all the qualities that you give to your awliya. Ya Allah, these brothers who have come to help us, to help our community, Ya Allah, please bless them in this life and the next. Ya Allah, include them amongst your awliya, include them amongst those people that you are pleased with. Ya Allah, finally we ask, Ya Allah, please include us amongst those people who will live and die with iman. And Ya Allah, let us live and die according to the words, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. Ya Allah, allow us to become of those people who are so close to the Prophet ﷺ that we truly value what we have. Ya Allah, you've given us iman, you've given us the greatest gifts, you've given us the Prophet ﷺ, you've given us Islam. Ya Allah, these are the greatest gifts. Ya Allah, enable us to be grateful for these gifts. Ya Allah, enable us to be thankful for these. Ya Allah, show us the power that we have within our hearts. Ya Allah, you are the one who answers dua. Please include us amongst those people. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Al-Fatiha. Ameen bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Inshallah, jazakallah khair. Inshallah, the Ustadhs will be here. Inshallah, if anybody wants to, speak to them, inshallah, there's a system the Ustadh will go through, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, if you can all just stay seated for a couple of minutes, I've just got a few announcements to make. So yeah, firstly, we've actually been given the prescription that Ustadh Dr. Shah Alom and Ustadh Gulfam Hussain have actually mentioned, that the 5 different categories. So even if we just take this away and we go from here, then that will actually benefit us for the next 30 days, inshallah, and then you can actually take my number down and update your progress, inshallah. And for those people who do want one-to-ones, if you can have an orderly line, please. And if you have an orderly line, so we can go ahead and actually systemize it, so we can get to see as many people as possible. And again, the time limit is 5 to 10 minutes. As once a wise person said, that a one-to-one is 1 minute to actually tell you problems, 2 minutes to listen, and 1 minute for clarification. That's a one-to-one, inshallah. But we can go ahead and actually do that. But we want to see everyone, so 5 to 10 minutes is the maximum. And if I could request the sisters, inshallah, to go back to back to the place that they were before, inshallah. So behind the curtain, inshallah. And again, for those people who do want to, ideally, what was given by the Ustadhs, that is the actual prescription. And if you take that home, that will actually cure you. But if you do want one-to-ones, then do have an orderly line on my left-hand side, please. Jazakallah khair.